Welcome back to Marketing 100 with me, John, and Kayle, where we're taking you through 100 marketing ideas to help you grow your salon or spa business. And today is no different. We're diving into a subject that I think is exciting, how to get more visible with a very specific strategy. So what is it that we're talking about today, Kayle?
Today, I want to talk about increasing that visibility in your area in a way that I think a lot of businesses still don't really think about. Most businesses have a Google business profile. I think that's kind of table stakes now. Everyone knows that Google is the biggest search engine on the planet. It's highly valuable. But I think a lot of businesses are still not taking advantage of being on Apple's platform in that same way.
That's right. I mean, we all have this one, right?
Exactly. There's about 153 million people with an iPhone in the US. Did you know that, John? 153 million.
Holy shit. How many people are there in the US?
Right? And there's roughly, so about 66% of those people use Apple Maps. So we're talking about two-thirds of the people with an iPhone are using Apple Maps instead of Google Maps. We're looking at, two-thirds of the Apple using public who are using Apple Maps to find businesses near them. And there's still a ton of businesses that really just aren't on there. They're not making a stamp on that map and being a visible force in that area.
And dude, you're actually new in the Apple community, right? In the Apple world. You stayed away from the iPhone for a long time.
Don't shame me for my Apple usage now. I am a notorious Apple hater. This is for the audience who doesn't know me. I've always been an Apple hater, but I've recently switched to an iPhone for work. And it's fine. I don't love it as much as I loved my Android phone.
I think the reason you switched was to be able to do some like YouTube editing, actually, which was only possible to do on the Apple iPhone, but it wasn't possible to do on the Google Android.
There's a specific feature that you could only do on an iPhone, at least at the time that I switched. So that was a deciding factor for me.
Now that you're an Apple user, you're looking up all your services and local businesses using Apple Maps.
I tried Apple Maps for the first time. It was not as good as it is now a few years ago. It's gotten so much better. And now I would say that it rivals Google Maps in a lot of ways. It's kind of more convenient to add stops to a trip if you're doing something like that, or look for a business along your route. It's really easy. There's pins on the map a lot like Google Maps has where you can see local businesses and what they are, and they stand out. They definitely stand out. I think more so even than Google Maps does, the way that that Apple does their interface. But the way that businesses do that, the way that they show up on that map is by using Apple Business Connect. And Apple Business Connect is essentially, it's a newer feature, I should say, that allows businesses to create a business profile, much like Google Business Profile. It puts them in a positive light, right? Because you can kind of put whatever information you want on there, but it really helps you connect with customers in a few really important ways. You can, you build a place card, essentially is what they call it, and you can add basic information, so your name, your address, your phone number, all the important contact details. Obviously, your address is going to be on there so that if people see your business, they can navigate to you, which is super important. You can add photos and videos, which is great. So people can literally pull up your card on the map and see photos of your services that you offer or your food, whatever kind of business you are, essentially. And then you can also enable quick actions. We've seen things like this before. Things like this exist on Google, but the opportunity on Apple is huge if you're not taking advantage of it already. So you can put buttons on there that people can click to get directions directly to you, to call you right from that screen, to add to their favorites if they like your business or they want to check you out later, which is huge. It's sort of like wish listing your business, right? I want to check them out later. All of these things are really important to sort of get those impressions with potential clients, and B, to make yourself directly available to them in a really convenient way. But I think the real benefit here on top of that is it also offers you analytics. So you can actually see how many people are clicking get directions, or how many people were clicking to call or add to favorites or whatever those buttons are. You can see what people are responding to, and you can adjust your profile accordingly. We're in the marketing world. Analytics are crucial to being able to grow your business. And that kind of data insight for something that's essentially free is invaluable. And if you're not taking advantage of it already, get on Apple Maps. You want to be a business that people can see, locate, navigate to. It's crucial.
If you're not on there, if you have a Google profile, it's a lot of similarities, right? So you could copy and paste a lot of that information just across to the Apple profile. So honestly, after you finish watching this video, just pause these two guys for a moment and just head over and just get that set up. It doesn't take long at all, right? That's how practical and easy it is to make this happen. And not only will it allow more people to find you, because a lot of people are only using Apple Maps. And I have many close friends that I'm surprised how they like only use Apple Maps and nothing else. And that's just the reality. But it's also a way for you to kind of improve the reputation, I would say, of your business online as well. The more mentions you have of your business and the more places, like legit places that you're registered in with your business, it's also like a signal to even to Google and to other like whatever algorithms out there that you're like a trusted business that, you know, are being seen in many different places. So it's not only to be just seen on the Apple platform, but it also helps like build a reputation with all platforms that you're just available and register on another platform as well.
Google is still the king of search. Like, don't get me wrong on that. If you're not on Google already, if you don't have a Google business profile, make one. But you should also be on Apple Maps, or else you're missing out on a huge portion of people who are looking for your business. And let's be real, like Apple users on average, like we know they're willing to spend more. They're spending it on their iPhones. They're often in a higher tax bracket, not necessarily than like all Android users, but if you look at the data, it skews towards those that have higher income. So you want people who are willing to pay for your services, people who appreciate value and design. But at the same time, it's just something to keep in mind that people are out there, they're on Apple Maps, and they're looking for businesses that they're looking for services for right now. And that's the most important thing, is that I think a lot of times businesses forget that people who are on their phones looking for businesses are looking for something right now. Google did a study back in like 2016 that said that mobile search has something like a 92% related purchase rate. That was 8 years ago. Right? If 92% of people who are looking for a particular thing are likely to make a purchase in the near future, it's only going to be higher now. We're only trending more in that direction. So keep that in mind. The tide has only really swung that way. Get on Apple Maps, make sure your business is visible, increase your profile online.
So get on Apple Maps. That's our message for today. Thanks for tuning in. We're here sharing 100 ways that you can market your salon and spa business. Apple Maps is certainly one of those strategies, but every week you're receiving new tips from me and Kayle right here on this channel. So make sure you subscribe so that you don't miss out. I look forward to seeing you inside of an upcoming video.